Josephine is our next feline guest. She's about 1 year old, domestic short hair, a female, and her color is Torby with white. When we talk about colors or patterns with cats, there are 3 color patterns that go along with being female. One is calico, another one is tortoiseshell, which is calico is patches of white, orangish, and black, where tortoiseshell is that all blended together. And then Torby is the 3 colors with some tabby in it. So they're typically female cats. Every once in a while, it's very rare, there can be a male cat, but typically they are female cats. She arrived in that same category as being loosely owned. So someone was caring for her and decided they couldn't care for her anymore and then brought her to the shelter. She came in tow with 3 kittens. So her kittens are on our adoption floor as well, and they're available for adoptions, which this time of year we'd have few kittens because cats tend not to go into heat cycle when it's cold outside in the shorter days, but they're some of the rarity kittens. And these kittens that came in tow were a little bit older. They didn't need to be fostered or anything. So they came in straight from the shelter, and she's actually a new arrival. She's been with us since February 3rd, so she just arrived last week. This time of year, we often hear folks say, wow, you don't have any animals. And a lot of that goes back to 1, cats not having kittens, and then 2, people tend to hole up in the winter. They're not going out as much, so dogs aren't getting loose. People aren't traveling as much, so maybe they're not having to give their pet up, maybe not moving as often, so they're staying put. That's not a bad thing for shelters. Here, it allows us to maybe do a little extra deep cleaning that we don't have the opportunity to do during the busy summers. It allows our staff at times to focus on animals that maybe are scared or shy or potentially have behavior problems to make them more adoptable. So although people come in and are a little disappointed, know that it is actually a good time of year for a shelter. My last look at our kennel check, which is basically an inventory of how many animals we have, it indicated we had under 100 animals at the shelter being housed here. Now, we've mentioned before, we have a couple other things or a couple other avenues that animals can be. One is the Cat Cafe, which is in Newmarket. They host cats there that are available for adoption. And then also at times animals are in foster care. So once again, her name is Josephine. She's 1 year old and she's looking for a new home.